E3 season is upon us, which means E3 leaks are upon us, which means E3 leaks that are probably wrong are upon us, which means E3 leaks that are probably wrong from retailers who don't know much about video games are upon us. And honestly, as long as it isn't some place like a Walmart that puts out the leak, we can at least take a decent look at it, I think. What? It's Walmart, isn't it? Guys, I buy my groceries there. Maybe my local Food Lion can leak the Direct from Nintendo ahead of time. Well, we're already here, so I guess we'll take a look at this list. And I know that was an extreme example since at least Walmart sells games, but have you been to one recently? I'm not 100% sure they know they sell games sometimes. Anyway, Walmart indeed listed a ton of titles that are currently not announced, with many possibly being shown at the biggest gaming trade show of the year, that's E3. Let's take a look at the list, which I came across in a tweet from Wario64, which, by the way, if you're not following them, you're missing out. Wario64 seems to find the craziest deals, like seriously, Xboxes for $0 at one point, which was insane, and post them up along with weird listings like what we'll be looking at today. The listings seem to include Just Cause 4, Splinter Cell, Dragon Quest II for Xbox One and PS4, Lego DC Villains, Borderlands 3, Rage 2, Gears of War 5, Forza Horizons 5, and then just Assassin's Creed. Some of these are most likely going to be revealed. Something like a Splinter Cell seems to be talked about a lot by people, and of course we just saw the crossover event happen in Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that brought in Sam Fisher for a temporary mission only to have him run off to start his own adventure, complete with what else but nuclear weapons, of course. In fact, I've had to think about it. A new Splinter Cell is probably the most likely game to be at E3 from this list. Borderlands 3 is, of course, another game that we pretty much know exists since Randy Pitchford seems to talk about it all the time, even telling us that 90% of Gearbox developers are currently working on it. Seems very tight-lipped about that game. Well, he also says he's against predatory loot boxes, but we'll see how well that holds up against Take-Two. You know, the game publisher, it seems, obsessed with nickeling and diming customers. You don't believe me? That's fine. Go take a look at GTA Online and NBA 2K. You have to buy yachts with immense amounts of money in one, and the other one you have to pay to get your hair cut in the game. I'm not kidding. Rage 2 is one a lot of people wouldn't expect to see. The first one was more of a graphics showcase at the time for consoles and kind of fell under the radar afterwards, kind of after the pretty graphics effect wore off. Seeing a new Rage running on id Tech 6 engine after the original looks so good on id Tech 5, I think would be amazing to see. Also, judging by the official Rage Twitter account, along with Pete Hines telling someone to go buy a Magic 8-Ball from Walmart if they want to know about a new Doom possibly being announced. It seems Rage 2 might actually be happening, so good job, Walmart. Also, who's going to go buy a Magic 8-Ball? Who wants to know about Doom 2 that badly? Not now. I really don't think there's much to say about Forza Horizons 5. Walmart must be time traveling or something, I guess. A new Gears of War is pretty much status quo. Hearing about one being shown at E3 isn't exactly a leap, I would say. The fourth Gears of War came out back in 2016. A new one this fall would give Coalition, I think, plenty of time, considering they're more than likely still using Unreal Engine 4. Assassin's Creed, while shown here, is less likely since Ubisoft has been switching between Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed with a bi-yearly schedule. I would be expecting a Watch Dogs announcement, if anything, since we're right on schedule for one to release this holiday. You know, now I think about it, looking at this list, nothing really stands out as hard to believe. Well, other than, of course, Forza Horizon 5. Actually, that would be a pretty fun curveball by Microsoft. I mean, why not? They did name their new system the Xbox One after their first system, the Xbox One, so, you know, they enjoy confusing names. The games I'm most interested in seeing from this list, provided it all comes true, is probably Splinter Cell and Borderlands 3. I've always been a fan of Borderlands 3 with the immense amounts of fun that you can have with other people, and loot gathering, of course, is a lot of fun. Splinter Cell is a series I've enjoyed since the PS2 days. They pushed technical barriers back then, visual style and presentation, and I think they would continue to do that now in 2018 as well. But let me know what you think about this list, and if anything on here seems likely to you, make sure you take this list with a grain of salt, as nothing has been officially announced by the companies. For that, you'll have to wait for E3, which takes place starting Saturday, June 9th. EA will be kicking off that week with their EA Play, much like last year. And as always, guys, like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if not. Get subscribed to stay up to date on all things gaming and technology related, and I'll see you in the next video.